What's up, guys? This is going to be a super quick Google Ads tutorial with only relevant information you need as a local service-based business to set up your account and get running with ads. So for our example, we're going to be using turf installation company, right? So let's just jump into it. You're going to come here to ads.google.com. If you don't have an account, come here and click start now and go through that setup process. Once you do, you're going to land on a page like this. Go ahead and click on new campaign. It's going to take you to a page like this. Now, forget about everything else, only click on leads. Go to continue. Don't worry about these conversion tracking yet. Go ahead and click continue again. Now focus only on search. Everything else is not worth it for your company, just for right now. Website visits, let's go ahead and use turf.com because this is where we're going to push all our people to. Cool. Now we're going to hit continue. Our ad campaign, we're going to title it ad campaign, if I can spell, one. Actually, let's just say add one turf installation because we want to make sure we know which campaigns we're running. There we go. And we're going to focus on conversions. So if you want to just pay for clicks coming to your site, awesome, do it for that. We're going to set up conversions at a later date. You can watch some of my other videos, but this is what we're going to focus on. Focus on conversions. We can turn this off for the time being and click next. Make sure to turn this off. Click it, and if this is on, turn this off as well, unclick it. Enter the location down here, we're gonna select this. Go to advanced search, radius. A lot of business owners I know are only servicing St. George area. So I'm gonna go ahead and say St. George, include a 20-mile radius. This is where they're servicing. And if you only wanna hit St. George or Washington County, you can go over here and type in St. George, Utah, and it will only include this section, St. George, right? So let's go ahead and just make sure, let's use the radius for right now, just for this example. And then locations, make sure to switch it to presence. People in or regularly in your area. If you use this, it will hit also basically anybody who is friends or family that is hitting the area. And if they searched up over in like Arizona, they're going to pop up and waste money. So make sure to hit this. Next, you can basically go ahead and select your language. If you have Spanish, English, whatever, add it here. Go ahead and ignore this. We're going to go and turn off the use of keyword matches and go ahead and make sure this is off. Do not use this. They're going to start using content from your landing page. If you have a stock image here and there, they're going to use it. It's just not worth it. Google has terrible suggestions when it comes to using assets. So turn that off. We're going to come here and our ad schedule, we should only be live during our operating hours. The second you know you can pick up the phone from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's what your ad should be running at. If you have a smaller budget, I would really only recommend running it on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because usually those are the best times depending on your niche. But you come in here, select a time from like, let's say 9 a.m. Let's say it's bizarre, like 9 a.m. to 12. And you just want to come in here and do that for each 9 to 12. Cool, 9 to 12. And let's just say we have the data behind it, and those are our most optimal hours to be running ads. And cool, go to more settings and nothing else. Oh, here, ad rotation. Make sure this is set to optimize prefer best performing ads, and then go ahead and click next. Now we're gonna ignore this because they have it in beta. Google has horrible AI suggestions when it comes to any of this. Go ahead and skip it. Now, our final URL is going to be turf.com. We want to send them to a landing page, not our website. So turf.com/installations, because this is our landing page. And then go ahead and remove all their horrible suggestions. And we are only going to use phrase match and exact match. If we use terms that are broad match, and I'll explain this as we go, terms like that are broad match, if I were to go into Google and type in turf installation company and you had a broad match term, you were only trying to rank for a turf installation, you're still coming up for a turf installation supply company. Even though if you're not supplying the turf and you're not a store, you're still coming up for it. So what we do is we will make sure that we only use phrase match and exact match. To make it exact match, we use the brackets that go around the word. To make it a phrase match, we use the quotes. Now, when you're hitting with phrase match, you still have the chance. Google might rank you for like turf installation. It helps you rank for like turf installation near me and other search terms like that. But you can also sometimes still rank for those words that like turf installation supplies. So if you have a super tight budget, I would just go ahead and remove all this and only focus on exact match, because this means the only time you're going to rank for something or you're going to pop up for something when somebody types in your service is if they type in turf installation near me exactly the way you put it. And this is an exact match. So clients with like a super tight budget, like at 1500 and below, I'll only do exact match. And I might sprinkle in some phrase match here and there and just like basically monitor like if it's actually converting or not. And yeah, so let's move on to the next. So for the final URL, we're going to come down here. Don't mess with the final URL, but we can come here under the display path and type in installations, because that's where we want our traffic to go. As you can see, it edits it right here. Now we're going to want to go in and add our phone number. So make sure, add your phone number, hit apply, so it adds it here. And then we will go in, remove all their suggestions, and we will make our own. So for every headline, I love to say #1 turf installer, we're in St. George. So I'm going to say #1 turf installer, St. George turf experts. And then I usually like to throw in promos at the beginning. So what I'll do is I'll come here, switch this. You see this little pin, go position 1, $250 off turf install, St. George turf experts. Now this is, you always want to put the promos and then also show that you're local. So that's what I usually put. And then you can also do something like free estimates, $250 off turf install, #1 turf installer, St. George. And you can just come in here and see how it looks. And obviously already it looks pretty decent. There you go. And then you can fill all these out, but typically I only fill out a few just so I can see what's actually working or not. Next up, we're going to come in here and fill out the descriptions. And it's not like what you think. You want to do eye-catching, like kind of salesy description. So upgrade your yard with a real looking turf, free estimate, fast, local install. We live in a super community-based area, so we want to make sure we're pushing local, right? Local installs and making that an emphasis. And then also pushing like other things like low maintenance, pet friendly turf installs by licensed pros. Call now. And it's okay to restate the city multiple times like that we're in. So St. George, homeowners trust us for premium turf installs, get your free quote. Now, the reason why we're doing so many different variations is because different variations of these ads will pop up based off the person searching. So you never know what's going to convert them. And then whatever's just doing really well, we can check on the data later on what ads are basically getting the clicks. And then we can just push towards those, push more budget, right, as we scale. So next up, we're going to go into adding images. Now I'm going to go ahead and just add an image to show you guys. If you guys see anything weird, forget about it. So just add in like images of your team, your work, stuff like that. You can add in like 5 to 10. You don't need to go crazy with it. Even like 3 to 4 work, because it is literally going to look like this. You want it to look good, right? You want it to attract attention when your ad shows up on the page. So something like this is awesome. And that is what like this is basically going to do, right? So as you click through the variations, you'll see it. Come in here. So we're a turf installation. You want to put your business name here, but for example's sake, we're a turf installation company. Oh, wow. It hits perfect 25. This doesn't matter, but it's just the name of the company that I randomly made. So you want to come in here and put your business logo, because that's going to show here. And you're going to want to go in and add site links. Right here is what our site links. And these can go to request a quote, book a free consultation, residential turf, pet turf, whatever. If you have other pages on your website that you want to send traffic to that you think will convert, you can do that. So site link for this example, we're going to go ahead and send them to a free estimate. So turf.com/estimate, and it looks like this here, right? And we're going to go ahead, actually we'll add one more, because I like to do one that says coupons, because this actually gets people to click. So turf.com/coupons, and as you can see, it changes right here, right? So I like to make sure that's capitalized, coupons. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and click create. And as you can see, free estimate, coupons. It does get people clicking sometimes, and then others, it doesn't matter what you put. It's just there to make it more filled out, right? So next is going to be call outs. We want these to be super high level, or not high level. We want these to basically say like, we're licensed and insured. We have pet friendly turf, because as you can see, it's just going to generate here and add more value to our description, because people do read this. fast install times. Boom. Now we have stuff that's like locally insured, locally owned, fast install times. These are what people want to see. So we're going to go ahead and hit save and then hit apply, and then we're good there. So everything here we can go ahead and ignore. If you have like stuff like a WhatsApp, you can go ahead and put it in here and they can click and text you. If not, you can go ahead and ignore all this. If you have any promos, you can go ahead and add it in. Like if I have 50% off, it'll show up here, right? So you can go ahead and put in promos, anything like that, and it'll show up under your site links. If there's any examples here, I'll show you guys. I don't think there is because nobody in my area is doing this right. Nobody runs ads. They're all just running like, okay, cool, call us. But they have no ads that actually stand out. So if you guys do even just the bare minimum, like what I'm doing here, you're going to stand out and crush it. So there we go. There's our keywords that we're ranking for. Go ahead and click next. Now, when it comes to budget, you can run with a budget of $500 to $1,500. That's definitely a small budget when it comes to Google Ads. You can set a daily budget. You can customize it right here of like $75 and go ahead and hit next. Most of the time, you're not going to spend a full $75 if you set up your cost per click right. And if you have questions on that, you can always shoot me a DM on Instagram or shoot comments down below and I'll help you out. But let's just say our budget is $75 a day. Go ahead and hit next. It's going to make us review our campaign. Dun, dun, dun. Cool. And we are all good here. Let's go ahead and publish. And boom, we have our campaign live. And that's all it takes to run your ads. Make sure you guys have a landing page built out before this, but that's how easy it is to set up your ad. Obviously, you just want to put this on your website. And yeah. So you're not done yet though. What you want to do is come over to campaigns, click on ad groups. You're going to click on your ad group and then come over here to negative keywords because we need to add in some stuff so that we're not ranking for a ton of stuff. Anytime you think of a negative keyword like jobs, you don't want to come up for turf installation jobs, right? You don't want to come up for turf installation careers because now you're just wasting money on people trying to find a job. So what you can do is add simple keywords like, where's the plus button? Here it is. Like DIY, how to, wholesale, fake grass ideas, jobs, career, and stuff like that. And literally, you just go ahead and do it exactly like how I'm doing. You just want to add in a whole list here so that you're not ranking for these words, and then go ahead and click save. It'll go ahead and add them to your negative keyword list, and you're good to go. You have now launched your campaign successfully, and now you just got to wait on the data to roll in. Like I said, if you have a smaller budget, data loads in a lot slower. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM. I hope this helps you setting up your campaigns, and I'll catch you guys later.